NSFW, people who work in the adult film industry, what is the weirdest slash creepiest slash nastiest thing you've seen or experienced while working? A friend of mine used to do cam work and had a regular who would pay her upwards of $600 a session to 1. Tie her hair up in pigtails with orange ribbon. 2. Cover the room in orange balloons. 3. Wear orange lingerie. 4. Squeeze oranges over her boobs. Yep. $600. Actually had a similar experience as a cam girl, but my bedroom was all white with white cute sheets and bedspread, and this guy really liked that. And he would have bridal lingerie sent to me, and I'd have to dress up in it, and wear a veil etc. Just like a taking my virginity on a wedding night kind of thing. It was weird, but oddly cool. BC he ended up buying a lot of the cute decor for my bedroom at the time on top of paying $800 to $1,200 for this. It was wild. My husband used to work on set of filming. One thing that horrified him was seeing how dirty slash messy it'd get. So many times they'd have to stop filming to clean up poop, and since scenes would often take hours, the smell would get awful, especially during the summertime. I knew a guy that did gay for pay. He was offered $2K to take it like a man, so to speak. He was kinda broke, so he went for it, but he didn't prep properly, despite being told numerous times to douche and all that. His words, "I did it, then hot brown lava came out. Please prep properly." I had a neighbor who used to be a camera guy for an old production company. He said that when anal sex started making its way into straight videos, nobody knew about cleaning up before a scene. Apparently one actor randomly starts screaming in the middle of a scene, removes himself from the actress, runs over to a trash can, and proceeded to pee poop. He and his co-workers affectionately referred to it as poop noodle. I was an adult actor in the mid-90s. This wasn't me, but a buddy of mine. He was on a boat for a film shoot. He was also high on mushrooms. The director asked him if he would fuck a midget. He didn't want to, so he told the director an absurdly high price. The director met that price. There he was, tripping balls and balls deep in a little person, and somehow, I never found out how, the boat began to sink. They ended up getting rescued by the Coast Guard. I think this may have scarred him. It did make the news, but I tried googling it and came up with nothing. Anything before 2000 seems to be prehistory. Friend of mine did a handful of adult movies. She worked for one of the bigger companies in Germany at the time and said that immigrant porn stars and foreign Eastern European porn stars were treated like absolute dirt. And I'm talking really disgustingly bad. They always had a buffet area way off to the side because the shoots often took 10+ hours a day, and when there were no German female actresses in that shoot, the guys, often D for hire or 3D, would jizz in slash on the buffet and piss on some of it as well. Sad part is, they always rehired those guys or used them again because either cheap or free. One time, according to her, they also just beat the crap out of a girl that refused to do anal. I've told this story before here on Reddit, but here it is. After all the things I experienced working in porn, this one hit my soul the hardest. I was working for a gay fetish wrestling porn company around 2003 called Can-Am, which also owned a straight fetish wrestling porn company called Matt Rock. Both companies were owned by a larger distribution company called Marina Pacific, which also owned a gay porn company called Jet Set. Me and my co-worker X, who ended up being one of my best friends, would help out on Jet Set productions here and there, where we met the owner Dave Grohl, like Grohl, who was this overly tanned grey hair, Hawaiian shirt wearing slimeball, nice enough guy to us, but you knew who he was 2 seconds into meeting him. So back in the day, gay for pay was still very much a thing. Straight men were sought out to do gay porn, and we would have to pump them full of Viagra and have a TV/VCR combo with straight porn hooked to an extension cord, so that when the guy gets soft in the other guy's mouth he could jack off and get hard again. Most of these guys were sexual deviants as it was, but the biggest incentive was the pay. $1,500 tops for a scene where you're the bottom. Pun intended. So we are doing this scene where this kid who was a month into turning 18 and still had his braces on his teeth gets fucked by 2 dudes. Kid does well. The dudes come on him. All is well, except the kid comes up to me, and XE had heard from Dave that X directed straight porn for Matt Rock, and Dave had promised him that X could put him in a straight porn if he did gay porn. Which at the time was the biggest lie ever. Because no one crossed from gay to straight porn. No matter who you were. So me and X had to tell him this, and he starts crying. He goes on to say that Dave was trolling gyms looking for hot straight guys and telling them the same thing. If you want to do straight porn you have to do gay porn. Then he would make them stay at his house and give him blowjobs under the pretense that this is normal. You want to do straight porn? You gotta pay your dues. I never felt so low in my life. What the freak were we a part of? Me and X told our boss, who then brought it up to the owner of Marina Pacific, who apparently threw a fit. This wasn't the first time this had happened, obviously, but they had enough. I don't know the details of what went down, but Dave lost Jet Set and the rights to his titles. And we put the kid in a straight porn with 2 chicks. He had a blast. Was a paramedic in the late 90s. Went to this part of town that's all strip clubs. Always drinks touching the girls then get fucked up for it. Anyway we'd see all the hidden spots. The champagne room, the sticky floors are not from champagne. But most sad was the MACU room the girls get ready in. Meth pipes and needles everywhere next to pictures of their kids. Piles of sweaty dollar bills. Bulk packs of unlubed condoms. Vomit stains around the toilets from bulimia. Many are lesbians that have to give a manager a daily blow just to work. They live a sad life. I worked for a big 90s porn star in 2005 and the first time she told me to bring her to set, carry her bags and kiss her goodbye, just to show everyone a male presence. We drive to the industrial side of East LA, and she knocks, and a big garage door opens unveiling a posh red rug with a Harley and a girl bent over the Harley with a yoked out dude behind her. The director finished telling them the scene as I walked in. The girl walks toward me absent-mindedly and farts, letting out an almost orgasmic sound. The guy walks the other way and kisses his boyfriend and says *CLASSIC gay lisp. Oh god, I don't know if I can do this shit. Disbelief shattered, all magic lost. One of them was a low-budget bachelorette party porn video, and one of the extras started blowing one of the male strippers. The description of the video said that extras are not meant to participate in any sex, but it's happened before spontaneously. Thing is, this extra was wearing a wedding ring, and after he came all over her face, she was supposed to still do her job and sort of dance in the background, pretending to just have a good time at the party. So she was forcing a smile and dancing, but she was also crying. Some of the more disturbing stuff is amateur sex tapes, where the guy gets way too rough with their girlfriend and the girl is not into it. So a little different BC, I'm a cam model and do private sessions with people. The strangest requests I've had is to shove a dirty toilet brush bowl up my hoo-ha or ride a plunger handle stick. Those were an absolute hell no from me. The strangest things I've seen is the guy who likes to suck his own dick. And the guy who likes to have me watch him shove things up his butt, usually different fruits and veggies. He would have shit coming out, and it would be on his fingers and he would lick his fingers, and be touching things. This was just nauseating. In college we did a short film about girls in Silicon Valley and their porn/prostitution. Most of them said it was all about anal, which from what I deducted, was about the guy coming inside without a rubber, so she wouldn't get pregnant, but one girl's baby showed otherwise. We went with one girl who at the time was a minor. 2004 she was at a stripper golf tournament, covered in bruises, where guys would bid on them for charity, and if they won the girl would ride in the cart, and played golf with them. This girl said, when they got on the backside of the course away from view, she agreed to do a short film with this dude, who ended up being high up at Apple. He was the anal baby daddy guy. She then showed us a short video on her old ass Palm Trio phone that had Potato Vision, a warehouse filming location. It looked like a freaking horror film. Blood, crap covered rags, squirt, pee all over everything. The cameraman that was filming a scene had a massive boner, and then after they said cut he ran off to the bathroom. She said there were times they would just beat it while filming, just so they could think. When we finished talking to her, I had to ask why she was covered in bruises, and she said it was for a film she did for some Indian Bollywood style movie which she said reminded her of Indiana Jones / Jabba the Hutt scene, where she was chained up and whipped with a large leather strap. She was paid $200. I have pictures of me at the golf tournament and have the film, but it's on VHS-C and don't have a way to get it off without buying another camcorder.